I discovered why you get terrible grades, even though you study like crazy. You know that feeling when you spend hours buried in books, writing endless notes, watching lectures, and then the exam hits. Your mind goes completely blank, and you bomb the test. It's like all that effort was for nothing. You feel frustrated, exhausted, and start wondering if maybe you're just not smart enough. But you're completely wrong. In this video, I'm exposing 7 brutal reasons why your grades are failing you, despite all the effort you put in, and how to fix them fast. So let's get started. 7. You doubt your own intelligence. So you think you're not smart enough? That's your biggest problem, idiot. Your brain isn't failing you. You're failing your brain by feeding it this garbage belief. Every time you tell yourself, I'm just not good at this, you're literally giving your brain permission to be lazy and stop trying. Newsflash: nobody is born a genius. Intelligence isn't some magic gift. It's built through effort, repetition, and actually challenging yourself instead of quitting like a moron every time something gets hard. But nah, instead of fixing that, you'd rather stay stuck in your pity party, convincing yourself that smart people were just born that way. Yeah, sure, Einstein came out of the womb solving physics equations, right? Wrong. He struggled, he failed, and then he kept going. Meanwhile, you hit one confusing chapter and immediately start crying about how you just don't have the brain for this. Pathetic! Stop sabotaging yourself. Start acting like someone who actually wants to get smarter and do the damn work. 6. Your brain is overloaded with worries. Your brain is fried and you know it. You sit down to study, but instead of focusing, your mind is running a full-on soap opera of worries. Did I forget to reply to that message? What if I fail? Do aliens exist? What if my crush secretly thinks I'm an idiot? Here's the harsh truth, genius. Your brain only has so much processing power. And if you're using 90% of it to stress about things that don't matter right now, guess what? You'll have exactly 0 left for learning. You're out here trying to cram information into a brain that's already full of mental junk, and then you wonder why nothing sticks. 5. You associate studying with suffering. No wonder you hate studying. You treat it like a damn punishment. No music, no breaks, staring at the same boring page for hours, forcing yourself to grind while your brain is begging for mercy. And you're surprised when nothing stays in your head? Of course, your brain hates it. You've trained yourself to see studying as suffering, so every time you try to focus, your mind's first instinct is to escape. But guess what, idiot? Studying doesn't have to suck. You just suck at making it enjoyable. So, you need to associate it with something positive. Reward yourself after finishing a session, use active learning, teaching, quizzes, challenges, and make your environment less miserable. Good lighting, instrumental music, a clean workspace. The moment you stop treating studying like punishment and start making it engaging, your brain will actually work with you instead of against you. 4. You slack off and panic study last minute. Oh, look at you, the king of last-minute panic. You spend weeks doing absolutely nothing, scrolling endlessly, convincing yourself that there's still time, and then bam, the exam is tomorrow, and you're drowning in a sea of notes, trying to shove an entire semester into your brain overnight. Do you really think your brain works like a USB drive, where you can just drag and drop information at the last second? No, idiot. Your brain needs repetition and time to store things properly. And the worst part? You never learn. Every time you tell yourself, next time I'll start earlier, but surprise, you don't. Why? Because your brain is now addicted to the chaos. You've trained yourself to only take action when you're drowning in stress. If you actually want to retain anything, stop being a lazy clown and break the cycle. Study in smaller chunks, test yourself regularly, and stop pretending you work better under pressure. You don't. You just have no other choice when you procrastinate like a fool. 3. You ignore what actually matters on the test. Oh, so you're studying hard? Spending hours buried in books? Grinding like a machine? Too bad you're studying all the wrong things, idiot! Instead of focusing on what actually shows up on the test, you're out here making colorful notes on useless details no one cares about. Priorities, you idiot! Exams don't care how much effort you put into random stuff. They care if you studied the right stuff. And the worst part? You had all the tools to figure this out. Past exams ignored. Teacher literally saying, "This always comes up." Didn't write it down. Classmates focusing on key topics. You decided to be different. And now, you're out here acting shocked when your score is trash. 2. Your study has no structure. You ever wonder why you spend hours studying but still feel like you learned absolutely nothing? That's because you have zero structure. You idiot! You sit down with the intention to study, but instead of having a clear plan, you just jump from topic to topic like a lost tourist. Maybe you highlight random sentences. Maybe you rewatch that one lecture for the 3rd time. But at the end of the day, you're just fooling yourself. Without a system, you're not studying. You're just wasting time in the most unproductive way possible. And then, genius, you wonder why nothing sticks. It's because you're studying randomly, with no order, no priority, and no clue what actually matters. Do you think top students just wing it? No, they have a damn system. A study system that is so effective it feels like cheating. 1. You don't practice what you learn. Oh, so you think just reading the material is enough? Idiot! Your brain isn't a damn sponge that absorbs everything just because your eyes scanned the page. You read a chapter, nodded your head like some wise scholar, and then, poof, the information is gone the second you close the book. Why? Because you never actually used it. You idiot! If you want to actually retain what you study, you need to do the work. Solve problems, answer questions, teach it to someone else, make your brain struggle a little. That's how you lock in information. If you like the video, send it to that friend who's just as desperate for these tips as you are. And I hope to see you in the next video. If you don't show up, well, you're even dumber than I thought.